I'm going to try to do this in one take. Take a ride with me for a second. We are driving down the road, approaching a green light. Suddenly, without warning, another car barrels through a red light, narrowly misses ours by about the amount of patience that a teacher has left this school year. That much. You turn to me, expletives aside, and you say, "What an idiot, that guy almost got us killed." And then we go to get on the highway. A semi-truck merges into our lane right as we're about to get off the road. We get off at the next exit because we're confused now, but we get off at the one with the Wawa, of course. And you see cars flipping end over end, taking this sharp exit turn at 88 miles per hour. No one is slowing down. No one time travels. Someone is riding your tail. What is wrong with everybody? Are we mad? Did they just realize they have 20 minutes left to spend their Kohl's cash before it expires? Why are 50% of the drivers out there suddenly unaware of how to drive? So we go past the DMV. Just down the streets, we see a sign outside that says DMV instructor shortage. Take your license and leave. There's a line of people just grabbing licenses, but they have no prior qualifications, no tests, no studying, no knowledge of how to actually drive. Suddenly it makes sense. We're left with no option but to get off the road, of course, for our own safety. Hope somebody teaches these idiots how to drive in the future. Likely nobody will, because they're already past that point. They already have their license, and now they feel entitled as if they actually earned it. Our safety is in jeopardy. We're confined to our own homes, but there's nothing we can do about it unless we take on the madness too. It sounds crazy, I know, but the truth is it's an analogy. Luckily for us, most of the drivers today are educated on the proper process of driving. Some are not. And they make our time on the road much more dangerous, slow to progress, sometimes even erupt into fits of anger that cause us to punch our steering wheel and listen to Limp Bizkit. It happens. Imagine thousands of those people, though, an entire armada of armadas, and they're running red lights, crossing medians, going the wrong way up streets. And yes, I have just described all of Tampa, but seriously, that would be chaos, right? Now to me, the highway is the real world. But the rules, the regulations, the standards, everything that makes that highway work, that's the educational system. Without the educational system, the real world won't operate efficiently, effectively, or safely. The way you can think of it is just pretend that math is setting the speed limits. Reading is knowing the signs to obey. Social studies puts the red lights in. Economics builds the emergency lanes. And knowing these subjects can better prepare you for the road of life. They all work together. Without teachers, without proper education, America is quickly becoming that Tampa highway. Overcrowded classrooms and underfunding are producing a populace that is increasingly unaware of the rules of the road. And right now, we're still able to navigate it, but it's becoming harder and harder. And the roads that we feel were safe once before are now getting shorter and shorter. If we keep underfunding these teachers in schools, we're going to have endless amounts of an uneducated populace that aren't capable of rational and critical thinking skills. The tests that lie before them are not merely start and stop either. These are tests of fake news, professionalism, work ethic, creativity, economic preparedness. And we need to make sure they know exactly how to get in their car and navigate these roads while we can still show them how. I mean, if Tom Cochran was right and life is a highway, well, then we need some major educational infrastructure improvements, because right now we're starting to look like Austin Powers trying to do the 3-point turn in a golf cart. And it's kind of scary.